Howdy y'all, welcome to Lex Lives. Next time play a little test pack, please ignore. Maybe. This is my third attempt. My headset is being particularly difficult today. And if it doesn't stop what it's doing, I'm going to replace the stupid thing. I've been on my headset since about 2:30, so I use them for about an hour. They're plugged in. They're wireless headset, but they're plugged in. And the stupid things, as soon as I went to record, decided, oh yeah, you know how you've been plugged in? I haven't been charging at all, so I'm just dead now. And I don't want to charge, so I'm gonna sit here and just pretend. So hopefully we can get through this episode without it going dead again. We'll have to see. So, I finished my blast furnace. Yay! And so I wanted to look at the recipes for it here, because you can see my heat capacity is at 2200. We basically skipped the first level. The first level is made with iron, and this level is made with steel. So we're actually a little hotter than you would normally start with. Plus, I went ahead and dumped lava in the center chambers, which gives you added bonus of more heat. And so we actually wind up with 2200K. And the reason this is important, and I put these marble here just so I could read these. You can see the very first thing on the industrial blast furnace is taking small piles of steel, turn into steel ingots, and those take 1000 Kelvin. Now we're at the steel. So you can see the next thing here, galena dust can be turned into silver and lead, and that takes 1500 Kelvin. Silicon to make silicon plates, which are used in, I think use the silicon plates in the solar panels. Aluminum dust to make aluminum ingots is 1700 Kelvin. We've got titanium dust, this is an important one, 1500 Kelvin. Canthal dust to make canthal ingots. Oh, look, I think they may have reduced the temperature on these. Nice. No, still not nice. See, this is the part. This right here. This is one of my... I have two big complaints about this mod pack. One is I still don't like the ore system, the ore generation system. And this here is 500 degrees too hot. I do not understand this canthal ingot right here. We talked about this when I was building my tower. This canthal ingot is needed to make the next upgrades for heating coils in the blast furnace. Now remember, right here this says 2500 Kelvin. You might not be able to see it very well, but it says 2500 Kelvin. So when this is all said and done and you make these canthal ingots, then you make your upgrade coils and then you put them in the machine. Well, you right click on it with the coils in your hand. It will increase the temperature of your machine by 500 Kelvin. So I have to get my machine up another 300 Kelvin before I can make this. And so tungsten 2500, indium 3000, chrome is 1700. Steel is 1000. Yeah, we already looked at that. What is this? Hot tungsten steel is 3000. 1500 for titanium. We already looked at titanium. All right, I'm going to stop looking at what these are. Oh, stainless steel. We're going to be using a bunch of that. I'm going to have to figure out how to make that. 2000, 1700, 3000, 2500, 1500, 2000, 1500, 2500, 1500, 1700, 1000. 2500, 2500, 2000, 1700, 1500, 1700, 1000. So that's all 30 pages of recipes for the industrial blast furnace. Did you notice that the most heat required is 3000? So to make the canthal ingots you need 2500. Once you make the Canthal upgrades, you put them into the industrial blast furnace, and it'll raise it by 500, giving you 3000 K, which is the hottest you need the blast furnace. And yet we still have these heating coil upgrades, nichrome, which means that with nichrome you can raise the temperature to 3500 Kelvin. And last time I went through the process of upgrading my blast furnace, the nichrome ingots can be made in a cobblestone furnace. But they can't be used until you install the Canthal upgrades. So I have to get my blast furnace, which is, you raise the temperature by changing out the machine casings. We're going to need the next level, which is done with chrome, and they're really a huge pain to make. But I'm going to need to make Canthal at 2500 degrees, which allows me to upgrade this to 3000 degrees, which is the hottest temperature you need, before I can apply the nichrome, which, like I said last time I did this, could be cooked in a cobblestone furnace. And that raises it to 3500 degrees, which isn't necessary for anything. No. Leave me alone, stupid thing. My antivirus, I just upgraded to the new version, and it wants to run a scan on my system. And of course there isn't a button that says no, just to postpone. I don't have time for you to annoy me at the moment, thanks. So, yeah. Anyways, I think that's stupid. This should be hot enough to make the upgrade, which would then put me to 2700, and then I can make the nichrome, which would then put me to 3200, which I would be perfectly fine with, because that makes logical sense. Upgrading 500 degrees past the hottest you need the furnace does not make sense. Alright, now, what I want to do today is we're going to start off with grabbing a couple of these. Alright, and oh, look at that. I got another stack of coal to grind up in here. Couple of those, and then I'm looking, I want some I guess I don't have any. Man, why do I never have any? That's so bizarre. I want some item duct. We're gonna set up the blast furnace here. I'm actually gonna need a couple of these chests. That'll be great. And then I need what do I need? I need some more space is what I need. I need some here, let's just dump them in here. Bloop, bloop, bloop. I don't need those at the moment. You can take this crap too. I don't need that. Okay. Now I got some room here. I need some lead and some... Oop, that's not 10. That's... Somehow I just wound up with 4 iron on my hotbar. There we go. Oh, I know how I did it. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. That's... I just need 2. 1, 2. And then the iron, or does it go the other way? Alright, it goes the other way. So I can't remember. Let's get some of this. So all we're going to do is we're going to set up the blast furnace so that I can start it working on a process, because it's a very slow machine. And so we're just going to do this. Alright, and then we're going to take a couple of chests and we're going to drop them on the either side here. And then we'll take our wrench and we'll switch these around. You're an out, you're an out. And then we do servo and servo. You become an out, and you, come on. You also, whoops. You also be coming out. And then what we're going to do is we're going to grab 2 stacks of iron. And then you're grinding up my other set of coal there. And so, to make steel in the blast furnace, you have to apply iron and pulverized coal. But it takes 2 pulverized coal per iron. It's going to produce a steel bar and slag, I think it's called. And so once we get that set up, we can dump in our other stack of iron and our other stack of coal dust here, and we'll have to get our last stack here. And it should fill up both. Although it doesn't seem to be putting in my coal dust for some reason. Oh, whoa. It converted my pulverized coal into coal dust. That could be a problem. But yeah, it gives me the steel ingots and the dark ashes. That's what it is, not slag, dark ashes. Not really sure what to do with dark ashes, but that'll go ahead and cook up that for a while. I have some other stuff in here that I should probably throw in to cook too. Like, we can get our chrome cooked up while we're at it. I thought I had some titanium dust somewhere, but I don't really see it. Alright, well, that's possibly the only things we have then. But we will need chrome dust. We'll need a lot more chrome dust than this, but we might as well get this cooked up when it gets a chance here. So now what I want to do then is we're going to look up how to make stainless steel. Stainless steel right here. I need to know how to make stainless steel dust. Oh wow, what in the world? Chrome dust, manganese dust, pulverized ferrous. Really? Is that? I need to go get that. Give me back that chrome dust. Quick. Sorry I was going to cook you up, but I'm going to need you apparently. I don't remember all that stuff being in there. Okay, so we need iron dust. Iron. So it's 6 iron dust, 1 ferrous, 1 manganese, and 1 chrome for 9 stainless steel dust. Or if we make an industrial centrifuge, it doesn't know where dirty piles of stainless steel comes from though, but so that's what we've got to do. Alright, well then let's get us some ferrous here, and let's find that manganese. Oh, and we're going to need some iron. We're going to need actually probably quite a bit of iron dust here. I was going to say what happened, but I guess we're just having a little bit of lag. This server is just a touch on the laggy side today. Some days it's fine, and some days, usually Sunday afternoons, it's not appreciative. It's not appreciative of me playing anyways. Okay. Now, oh, we gotta grind this up. So we need 5 ferrous. And then we're gonna need 5 times 6 is 30, so 30 iron. And that'll get us started on stainless steel. So let me see what we need the stainless steel for. I'm pretty sure there's stuff we need it for. Oh yeah, That's right. We need stainless steel for our grinders. And we're going to need some diamond dust. Oh, and an industrial diamond. We can make some tungsten. Oh, it's using the industrial centrifuge. We're going to need that thing. Yeah. Industrial electrolyzer. I think we actually... I absolutely hate making the industrial electrolyzer. There's so many parts to it. Oh, it's a horrible machine to make. Plate cutting machine, the lathe, we're going to need that. Might need an assembly machine. I haven't really looked into using that yet. Probably not going to need a printing factory at the moment. I have no idea what those are even for. That thing looks angry. High pressure coal boiler. I've never used the boiler stuff. High pressure steam furnace. Interesting. I've never made one of those either. But so we definitely are going to need some stainless steel for all that, because we're going to need stainless steel plates. And so we've got, oh, not sulfur, ferrous, manganese, chrome, and iron. So almost a stack, well, not really, but 2/3 of a stack of stainless steel, which can do when it gets through this. I'm hoping this coal, pulverized coal, will automatically convert over. Let's go ahead and drop downstairs here for a minute, and I'll show you where we're at with underneath. So the industrial blast furnace takes 128 EU per tick, and so each of these generators produces 10 EU per tick, and I have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I've got 28, so that's 280 EU I produce. So I went ahead and put a MV transformer, because I'm still not sure how power works now, because it works differently than when I first learned about it. This was a very complicated thing to learn about EU. When I first got into modded Minecraft, EU was so confusing to me, because it doesn't work the way that my brain thinks it should. And so to me, once power is applied, it should just be there. And EU is actually based on how much the system pulls out, and not how much how much it produces. And so I am not even sure what would cause... This thing's got to be just about done. I think 8's probably enough for this to get me to the bottom and back up. Oh yeah, it's down to 3. Yep, good old Turtle. He's just about done with his original cut there, I guess. This guy over here, he never made it. It is actually a different turtle. So this one only made it down to level 4. I guess he almost made it too. This took forever though, because of the way the system was broken. When we were on that other server and the server wouldn't stay stable, and every time it crashed I had to reset my stupid turtle. So I guess let's get some blocks. I'll talk about EU a little bit here. Alright, so this is a machine, okay? And it connects by wire. Pretend that's connected. It connects by wire to a power source. Yeah? Like so. And so when I first got on there, the way it worked is whatever power sources were connected to the cable, what would happen is if this machine could use up to 32 EU per tick, and this generated, say it's a generator and it produces 10 EU per tick, then this would just have 10 EU per tick on it, right? Nice and simple. But let's say you had 4 generators connected into this. Lag. Then this line would actually contain 40 EU per tick, and this machine would blow up. So I currently have 280 EU per tick possible, and yet my transformers aren't blowing up. So something has changed in the way EU works. Because the way it used to work is if this is 40, then what I need is an LV transformer, which turns 128 into 32, and then you put your machine down. Or what I normally do is I put down a battery box and then my machine. So then we've got transformer, battery box, machine, power supplies. And that's what I have here, right? I've got battery boxes underneath my machines, and so they hold a charge, 40,000 EU per battery box. And so when these machines need power, they actually pull it out of the battery box and not my generation system. And so the generation system actually charges the battery boxes and not the machines. But the LV transformer is only supposed to do 128, and my gold cables can transfer up to 512, I think. Cables have changed over time too. There's actually a whole nother step in the system than when I first learned about it as well, which confuses things. This is a battery box, which is the lowest level EU storage. Well, I suppose technically that'd be like an RE battery or something, but for what I'm talking about here, so and so the LV transformer steps down from 128 to 32. And so I guess because these produce at 10 EU per tick, the power on the line is at 10? I'll bet that's what it is. I'll bet that's what's confusing my brain. The power on the line is at 10 because each of my producers is only 10. But it didn't used to be like that. If you had 40 producers, it was 40. But if it's 10, but there's 28 10 packets, and this is picking up the 128 that it needs from those packets, because it clearly is working. This machine is kind of different from other machines. If it does not have 128 EU, it will not run. If it drains all of my power, it will simply just stop working, and whatever progress you had will just vanish. There's no holdover. So you have to make sure that you can produce a consistent 128 EU per tick before you activate this machine. Oh yeah, see, it did. It picked up the coal dust. Good, good. I was worried that that wouldn't work. I guess I could have looked in there since it's got so much done. So yeah, so EU is definitely a tricky subject to work with, but it's not too bad. Later, though, when you get into other production systems, like there's windmills, I don't really use windmills because they don't produce wind. Really? Wind, is it called like a wind turbine? No, windmill just separated. See, that produces 0 to 5 EU per tick. Apparently requires an assembly machine to put together too. So we're going to need an assembly machine eventually. There's also water mills. Isn't that what it's called? Water... Where are you at on there, little... Right here. Water mill produces 0 to 2 EU per tick. Been a long time since I used those. I think they're used in... Is it just water, or does it require running water? I don't remember. I know it was one way, or it worked one way, and then some things changed. I only tried to use them one time, because when I very first got into modded Minecraft, I was watching some LPs, and that's the way they set their system up. And so until I understood it better myself, I just copied what they did, because that's basically what you do, right? You find somebody you like to listen to, and let them explain things to you, and go with it, right? I mean, that's what I do. And or I just bang my head against it until I get it figured out. But I probably eventually will get into solar once I get a system set up to make the solar for me. Because making solar panels sucks. And you can see there's a lot of stuff that popped up when I typed in solar. There's a few different groups in here making solar. Now, the Industrial Craft makes solar panels, and then Engineer's Toolbox also has solar panels. So don't. And then Mechanism has solar panels. But what we're going to be looking at is, oh yeah, Extra Utilities has a solar generator. Steve's Carts has a solar panel. There's a lot of, oh yeah, I forgot about all these parts you gotta make. Ooh, man. This though here, Ultimate Hybrid Solar Panel, is what we'll be after, because these produce, all right, let's see if I can do this, okay? 1 EU per tick out of a solar panel, and then it goes up to, is it advanced is made with the solar panel? Yep. This produces 8 EU per tick. This produces 128 EU. I might 1, 8. This takes 8 hybrids, basically. Well, it used to. You don't have that recipe anymore? There used to be a recipe where you'd put 8 of the previous tier around something, and that would make the next solar panel. So 8 of these is one of these. 8 is one of these. So this is 64. Right, that's 8, 64, and then this is 512. So each ultimate hybrid solar panel is 512 EU. If it still works the way I remember. And so we'll probably eventually be going that way. I know that you can... I usually wind up with a mix of everything. And I know a lot of the guys that I play with, they like to use lava. And I have used lava, but I like things that don't require my input. Once I get my system going, I don't want to interact with it. I actually had this awesome system that I used to use all the time that used wheat farm that would convert the wheat into fuel, and then the fuel would be used, but some of the bits and pieces that made that system work no longer work, and so I don't use it anymore. It was pretty awesome. It would... the system, I guess I could still use it to make EU, but really I used it to make my RF. Well, there wasn't RF back when I used it. My MJs. And I I was gonna go... Okay, this is what I was gonna do. I'm gonna go to the nether. No, I'm gonna charge my jetpack. And then, I know we should be just about done, but I want to jump over the nether real quick just to show you one thing about EU generation. Seems like every so often I give this talk about EU generation. Come on. You can do it. Alright. Now, this is the way that most of the guys I play with get their EU. The geothermal generators make EU, and they have magma. Magma. How are you doing, by the way? Oh, you have mined out completely. And you got a ton of stuff in here. And some stuff in there that you haven't been able to get rid of yet. Alright. Okay, so this should be the results of one of the guys doing EU generation from the nether. This was a lava field. Now I am not sure where he has placed his pump, but as you can see, all of the... Alright. His pump would have been in the center of this mess, so his pump should be... Oh no, you don't. Should have been right here somewhere. He must have moved it. But if we fly around, because of his current system, oh look, see right there. There's another one over here. Oh, and I flew the wrong way. This way. You just have to look for the spots where there's no more lava. Now the nether, of course, generates unlimited, just like everything else, and so we actually wind up with unlimited access to lava. My problem is that I don't want to deal with having to switch over my stupid pump every so often. I'm lazy. And so I like renewable forms of EU generation. Alright, let's look for cobblestone boxes. Oh, right there. This is not even hidden, man. Oh, please don't blow up his stuff. I'm gonna guess that's Sev's. I actually haven't seen Sev in a little while, so I don't know what he's been up to. But I'm not sure that I've seen Sev since we switched servers, honestly. Gotcha, dork. Oh good, now there's a heat scar spider. I just want to look at this, alright? I have not used this endothermic pump, but this appears to be what he's using to get lava. And then yep, this is Sev. And then he feeds it into a tesseract, which heads back to his base. And so it sends lava to his base and picks up redstone or RF from his base. This thing here must have a built-in chunk loader, because I don't see one around here. Akka should probably have one too. I've really got to make that other jetpack. I hate this stupid jetpack. Well, no, I don't see one for him. He usually runs something like this, though. I would have thought that it would be here at his portal. Oh, no, no. He's using mechanism for power right now, yeah. Yeah. Let's go see. He still plays. Aka does. I saw him on the other day. Oh, yeah, see, he finished his stairs, remember? Or his, this isn't stairs, this is a ladder. Remember I was over here and almost got trapped in the bottom because my jetpack was being charged. Where's his... Yeah, see, he's got nothing. He's got a generator. That's it. He doesn't have any kind of power yet. He's mostly been working on his Tomcraft, so. Yeah, all his power just comes either from his generator or the mechanism stuff. I love the mechanism windmills. They're so awesome. I'm currently not using any because my tree farm is easy, and I think I wind up producing more RF than he has. Because what the little RF producers I have make 80. Is it 80 RF? And each of his wind turbines, this is only producing 40, so he's got 80 there and 80 there, and well, these might be a little more than 40. Of course, those back there weren't quite 40. Yeah, these are 42. So this is like two of my turbines, and so I'll stick with mine that produces more power. So, all right, I think I'm going to call it here. We'll get that stainless steel cooked up for next time. I've got it in the blast furnace, and once it gets cooked up, then we'll be able to start working on some more machines and get a little more advanced. Our goal, of course, is to get into applied energistics now that I'm familiar with the system. And I want to get my applied energistics going, which I know doesn't take a lot, but we've got to get the stupid assembly table up and going, which I guess doesn't really require anything special to get up and going. I don't know why I'm just not doing my applied energistics, I guess, if I think about it, but what I want is I want the table, I want the chamber, the molecular, oh, that one got me. The molecular assembly chamber, that one missed me. So that I can put in the recipes for things and stop having to make it myself. Because let's be honest, making it yourself sucks. Hey, bees. Hey. Hey. Stop it. Yeah, look at that. You almost got me hit by a blast from the gas there. We'll use Seb's landing portal here. It's handy. I'm not exactly sure how to get back into my base, so. Alright, I've run this episode too long, as usual, so click like if you like, subscribe, be sure and catch the next one, and I will talk to you later.